Welcome to another edition of the Rhode Island Veterans Information Network. I'm your host, Burke Winery. My co-host today, as usual, is the Brigadier General, Jim D'Agostino. Good to see you, Jim.
Good to see you, Bert.
How are you?
Hey, listen, for my age, not bad, thank you.
Very good. Well, we don't have a guest today. We had one scheduled, but not feeling too well.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
So we've got a few things we could talk about, and I'm sure there's something you've got on your mind.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Something we just attended?
Yes, it is, if I can remember now. No, I got it. Sunday, we had the event sponsored by the Military Order Found Wars, which I believe the intent is to make it an annual event.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
And we've never done this before. And, you know, you're a past commander, I'm a past commander. And I think it was Colonel Bonds, the current commander's idea, to have a little gathering, invite naturally the Adjutant General, senior leaders of the Rhode Island Army and Air National Guard, as well as, of course, the typical politicians, the governor, the senators, and congressmen, and so forth. But the primary purpose is to award and recognize airmen and soldiers who have, not by selection by superior officers, but by their own colleagues, okay? Which I think was great, having their fellow soldiers and airmen say, he's the one that should get this award or this recognition, you know. And as you know, as you were there, we had 10 representatives.
Yes.
And Colonel Bonds, who was the MC, read a nice, brief description of the reason why each individual was selected, okay? Right. And invariably, all of them involved just above and beyond the Call of Duty performance, or coming up with a great idea that saved the Guard money, you know, all kinds of wonderful things, which is, you know, you and I spend years and years and years, and we all remember people that were, if you looked at them, you wouldn't really expect. Nice people, did their job, but some of them surprised us all because they came up with ideas on how to do this job more efficiently because they were quiet thinkers, right. You know, and but great soldiers and great airmen. So overall, the attendance, I think, was excellent, and the whole award process, I think, was excellent. And, you know, the governor had some wonderful words. You know, he was certainly honored to be there, as he should, since he's the Captain General, as you know. Right. You know, a lot of people don't even know Captain General. What is that? Well, he's in charge of the whole National Guard. And he delegates everything to the Adjutant General, as we know. But, no, he had some wonderful remarks, and I think a couple of the congressmen had some nice remarks. And they did not talk long, which really surprised me because in my almost 80 years, politicians have a habit of just talking on and on and on. But surprisingly, they were short and sweet and to the point. And that made the event much more plausible and successful. So anyway, you were there. Did you have anything to add?
Yeah, and you know, over the years, I thought that you may have been a politician because when you get to talk, it usually goes a little long, but you didn't. But you filled in and were the chaplain and did a nice benediction and
invocation. Short
and sweet to the thing. But yeah, we had some politicians there, but had the lieutenant governor and of course, the Adjutant General and
some senior NCOs from the Air and the Army.
Very good. Yeah. It went really well, and my wife took a lot of pictures, and I'm sorry that I didn't take any here to show, especially of the 10. But if you get on Facebook or check out R.I.V.I.N, you'll see that I sent some maybe about a dozen pictures of some of the people that were there, and of course the awardees.
Yes.
And I think there was there one or two females. There was at least one female.
I think there were two.
Two, yeah. And they did an outstanding job, and they were, I think they ranked from like E4 or E6 or 7. They were in there.
Yeah, yeah.
They did a hell of a nice job, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and before I forget, we certainly have to give a lot of credit for our dear friend, Kasim Yan, who
Yeah.
of course is the Director of Veterans Affairs for the state of Rhode Island. He did so much legwork on putting this whole thing together that, you know, I think that was one reason why, because he's a stickler for detail, and I think that's one reason why it went off overall so well.
He's a good man, and you can trust him, and when he says he's going to do something, he does it.
He does it, absolutely.
I mean, he had a big screen up there. He had some photos going, and then at the end of that, I didn't know that that was his. He had to take that all down and back it up.
Oh, I
gave
didn't
him a
know.
hand with that, yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
Wow.
he had a lot of good stuff there.
Well,
But, you know, I want to tell people
Yes.
that last month, March, was our 12th anniversary of doing this show. It's hard to believe.
I can't believe I've put up with you for 12 years.
And we didn't even have a celebration. Usually we have a cake and something.
You're right.
But we had, you know, we had a lot more to talk about and things to do, so we kind of put that aside. And we didn't do it this month either, but we're going to let all our viewers know that we've been on for 12 long years, and we've had hundreds of terrific guests over the years. We used to come in here sometimes and do more than one show.
That's right.
And we'd pack them up because we didn't know what was going to happen. We had a couple of people that could come on the same day. So we'd have a show, and then we'd have another show. I think one time we did 3, but we did a couple for a little while. But it worked out well. But I've got some subjects that I want to definitely talk about today. That there are 3 subjects, but they all kind of tie in together because they have something to do with the Purple Heart. And so for you folks out there and our viewers and family members of people who served and may have received a Purple Heart, I find that that is a very worthy, of course, award to get. And you either get wounded and bleed or you die.
Exactly.
So
It's not an award that a typical veteran is looking for.
no,
For obvious reasons.
typically given out during combat.
Right.
So I just want to start off with saying that I received one, but it took 30 years.
That's unbelievable.
30 years from the time it happened to actually have it pinned onto me by, at the time, General Centracchio when I was a full-time guardsman. But I always felt very honored and very saddened because of what happened and the way that I got it.
Yeah.
And several people were wounded from a grenade, and one person was actually killed. It blew him up bad, and he was like right behind us. So he took the brunt of it, but several soldiers, including myself, were wounded.
Yeah.
But how I want to start off the conversation is that back in October, I received a call from the Purple Heart Patriot Project Mission, which is an organization from upstate New York. Well, evidently, they notified me in like October, late October, and they selected me to represent Rhode Island as one of their annual people that they award, and from the 50 states. So there's supposed to be 49 other people, men or women, from either World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, or wherever they may have received their Purple Heart. And it did some investigating into them to see, you know, what they were all about, because I had never heard of them.
Yeah. I never heard of them, yeah.
I know, and They've been around for a while. And the gentleman that was speaking on the little film that he had said that they get applications in from all states, and I didn't put the application in, someone put it in. I don't know who exactly, I don't. But he said, first thing we do is scratch off the name, and if there's any picture, we take that off. And we just read what's there.
Okay.
And we decide who we want to make the person,
Right.
the awardee for that state. And in this case, I got it. I'm very appreciative of the fact that...
Let me officially offer my congratulations.
Thank you very, very much.
Absolutely.
Well
deserved.
I'm still, a little mixed up about it. But anyway, in less than 2 weeks, we're going to go, my
Right.
wife and I, to New York to this event. And they told me that while we'll be there for 3 days.
Wow.
And they've got something going on each day. And the first day is, and they also, by the way, they are hooked up with another organization that's called the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor, which is also in New York. It's a New York State museum. It's independent, not run by the government at all. And their sole responsibility is to development, management of the Roll of Honor.
Wow.
So I guess I'm going to get put on the Roll of Honor, and I really appreciate that.
That museum represents nationwide the Purple Heart
Absolutely, yeah.
recipients.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. I never heard of it myself.
I know they're located in New York, Hudson River Valley,
Oh, okay.
near West Point. So
That makes sense.
yeah. So the Purple Heart Patriot Project, this is right out of their book or online preview. It says, a program of National Purple Heart on a mission is an all-expense-paid, multi-day tribute for combat wounded veterans from all 50 states. Selected honorees visit the Hudson Valley, New York for tours of the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor. And key aspects of the Patriot Project are our mission goal. It says, honor combat wounded vets with trip of a lifetime, offering healing, remembrance, and recognition of their sacrifice. Selected participants, again, each year one from every state is chosen to represent their peers. Itinerary includes a trip to the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor, West Point Military Academy, Washington's headquarters during the Revolutionary War, and there's also a concert for the American heroes. I don't know exactly where that takes place, but that's part of the itinerary. And the eligibility and selection says program selects veterans representing various eras of conflict who have displayed courage and service since returning home. So it's not about exactly the fact that I got a Purple Heart, but because I have a Purple Heart and what I've done and what all these people have done afterward when they came home.
Right.
So I guess it's a culmination of some of the things that represent my life. And anyway, if you'd like to check that out, just look up purpleheartmission.org. purpleheartmission.org, and you can get a better understanding of what I'll be going through in the coming weeks. So that's one of the aspects which has Purple Heart in it.
Right, right.
Okay? Now, the second one is another surprise, but this one just came up about 2 weeks ago. Kind of hit me by surprise. North Providence Memorial Day Parade. 2 weeks ago, Mayor Charles Lombardi called me at my home And I didn't know he had my number.
He's got everybody's number.
He's got everybody's number, evidently. So he asked me right out, he says, I'm calling you, would you accept the honor of being the Grand Marshal for the Memorial Day Parade
That's
for
unbelievable.
North Providence? And I was stunned. I said, hello, are you there? So I said, I'd love to. It's afternoon. It'd be an honor, but the Rhode Island Vet Cemetery in the morning from 9:30ish, I'm there at our memorial that we have set up for infantrymen to read the names of all the men we've lost since they've come home. And, that takes, half, 3/4 of an hour, whatever it is. And then I'm ready. I said, what time is this parade? So he said, well, I think it's I think you're going to be in the staging area at 11. I think it starts at 12. He thinks. Now, somebody told me yesterday they think it's 1 o'clock. But either way, I said, well, I've got to be down at the cemetery.
You haven't missed one.
I haven't missed that, and I got to be there. And he says, well, we'll get the police to escort you back up to North Providence. We'll speed, do whatever we're going to do. I said, well, if that's the case, I think that I would be able to make that, and I'm very honored. And I'm telling you, he's very honored about it too. And we had a meeting. I was asked to attend, and there were some people there that are running the show and running the parade, and they asking questions and this, that, and the other thing, and they're ready to kick off one hell of a parade, and the mayor is sending out papers to all the schools, to all the children in school, so that they can give it to their parents.
Right.
They really want to make this the best Memorial Day parade, because why? This is the 250th anniversary of our nation.
Exactly.
So there's going to be a lot of nice things going on this year that have to do with memorializing the fact that we're, celebrating the 250th anniversary, and this is one of them.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to that too.
You should.
And
if I may, again, let me congratulate you. Couldn't have picked a better man for that.
Didn't mean for this show to be all about me, but there's a couple of things that just tie it all together. Now, the third thing I want to talk to you about is the Purple Heart Monument. Now, I'll tell you a quick story about that. I've been wanting to see a Purple Heart Monument for a few years. Not because I have one, because there just isn't one in the Rhode Island Veterans Cemetery.
Yeah.
I looked all around. There just isn't one.
And you would have thought by now there would have been a monument to honor Purple Heart recipients.
Right. So a couple of months ago, I think, at the beginning of the year, talking with our commander of the Military Order of Foreign Wars, Colonel Ron Bonds, who was also the commander of the Patuxent Rangers for, 20 years, I think?
Exactly.
Well, now he's our commander. Anyway, we were talking and we found out that his dad was a World War II veteran, and he served in the Army Air Corps.
Right.
And I told him my father was in the Second World War, and he was in the Army Air Corps. And he was a belly gunner on a B-17.
God bless him.
And Ron said, my dad was a gunner also, somewhere on, not a belly gunner, but somewhere on that ship. But his plane was shot down, and he was wounded, and that's how he received the Purple Heart, and he lost an eye. So he had a glass eye. The Germans, believe it or not, gave him a glass eye.
I didn't realize that.
I never realized that either. So, anyway, we were talking, we said, we got to get a Purple Heart monument, and he agreed. So finally, by February 27th, we kicked, that happened to be my birthday, by the way, we kicked it off, and he went right to town. And I think in 2 days, I swear to God, he came up with $10,000 from 2 organizations that helped us.
Wow.
So anyway, We kicked it off in February, and it's for all Rhode Islanders and actually all service men or women who receive the Purple Heart anywhere.
That's right.
But it's going to be here in Rhode Island, and there are other monuments like this across the nation.
Sure.
You know. So we've gotten a few donations in that have pushed us to a good level already. I'm talking about less than 2 months. And we've got till August, because on August 7th, that's National Purple Heart Day across the nation. We're going to install that
And dedicate
monument
it.
on that day. So this is April, we've got from April to August to finish paying for the thing. So we're doing a good job of collecting, and I don't want to stress that enough, but
There's always a need for more.
there's always room. And I want to also thank some of the people. The word is getting out, and one of the people that's helping us do that, and here's a wonderful picture
Yeah, that's beautiful.
of what that thing's going to look like. It's a little out of scale. It's a little taller than that, but that's it. And there's writing on both sides of the monument. So we're not only honoring the Purple Heart, we're going with the, what do they call that? The merit, the badge of merit
Oh, yeah, I think so.
that George Washington invented and gave out to soldiers before the actual Purple Heart
Right, it was the predecessor.
the predecessor of the actual Purple Heart, which is the front.
Right.
The back shows the service, I forgot the name of it, the Merit, or all of a sudden I can't remember. But anyway, one of our fellow members of the Military Order of Foreign Wars is Frank Lennon. And Frank Lennon is also a combat infantryman, and he belongs to our organization
Yes.
of combat infantry, and he writes the veterans column for the Providence Journal every week. So he's given us some great footage and pictures and stories about what's going on. But we want to use this area
Yeah.
to tell people again to look up on R.I.V.I.N. You'll see this poster that we just showed you, and you too will be able to help us in our quest to get this monument in.
Exactly.
It's going to be in,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
If we have to rob a bank, we'll go rob a bank. But money's coming in, and I don't want to dwell on that too much, but I do want to dwell on the fact that it's way past time for Rhode Islanders and the rest of the people who served their nation and sacrificed either their blood, an arm, or a leg. I've got buddies that I served with in Vietnam that are alive today, one with missing 2 legs. I remember him stepping on a booby trap, and I couldn't believe it, what I saw. He's around today, God bless him, but he lost 2 legs. And then we got people who lost arms or eyes,
Right.
or just were bled from gunshots. And they sacrificed in so many ways. And I want to thank them, not me. I want to thank them. And there should be something to honor their
Absolutely.
courage.
It's long overdue.
Long overdue.
And I commend you and Colonel Bonds for grabbing this bull by the hair. And I know I've known you long enough, actually too long. No. When you get involved in something, you see it all the way through, and I commend you for that. And I know this is going to be spectacular.
And one other thing, I'll just let you know, if you ever heard of a show or podcast called Man on the Street, it's M-A-N-N, which is the woman's name. Her name is, she does a podcast, her name is Rona Mann, M-A-N-N. Her husband was a World War II veteran, and he received, I believe, 2 Purple Hearts, and she showed them to me. And she had a little, like a vase or something much smaller than this, probably about the size of this bottle. And I said, "What's that?" And she says, "Well, that's part of my husband."
Oh, my
I said,
God.
"You got to be kidding me." So she says, "The rest of them is up on the mantle at home." But this is the traveling
Wow.
Mr. Man. But anyway, we did a show on, I think, April 8th. So you can go on Facebook or YouTube and look up Man on the Street. And you will see a good half-hour show with Ron Bonds and myself explaining this whole thing about the
Purple Heart.
Purple Heart monument that we're going to put up, and she's all for it. And she's doing everything she can to help us out with this. And we've got other people in other organizations who've sent us requests for help, or to help them with a letter or something.
Right.
But they're helping us by letting all their members know that this is going up, and we'd like to see all our veterans participate by giving us a hand with this.
Exactly.
And with that, I want to just say thank you all, and look forward to you participating with the help to make this thing go and be on time for the 7th of August, which we're already ready to go.
Absolutely.
So we got our last minute coming up, the old clock on the wall, as usual, telling us that it's time to wrap this up. So as usual, the General and myself want to thank everybody who watches this show for the last 12 years and into the future. So thank you all for watching, and to all our servicemen and women out there, thank you, and as always, I salute you.